Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, with Teen Titans issue number 24 that just might be my pick of the week. Not a single page, not a single panel, not a single word balloon or text box or thought bubble was wasted in this book. Man, this book felt twice as heavy as it actually should be. Well worth its weight in pennies, and that's whatever currency you want. Just from the very first page, man, like you get the feeling something bad happened, like the building fell on them, remember? Look at that. And this cover may not be quite as monumental as Secret Wars issue number 8 was. Was it 8 or 6? I can't remember, whichever issue it was, where you saw the Hulk holding up the mountain. Yeah, this comic book is like that. This comic book is like that. Was it done better? Hard to say, because that one has nostalgia. This one has the stink of new. You know what I'm saying? But wow, this was a great issue. I think that the thing that bothers me most about this issue is it's probably not going to be talked about in as much respect as that book was. Oh, it's just a building. It's not a mountain. Bro, this was an awesome comic book. Psychology and everything is at play here. Let's get into talking about who made this book. And they all fell down. Writer, Adam Glass. Artist, Bernard Chang. Colorist, Marcelo Miadlo. Sorry, I can't read that text very well. I think that's a DLO. Letterer, Rob Lay. Chang and Will Quintana did the cover. Variant cover, Alex Gardner. Boom. There you go. This is, dude, it's drawn so well. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. Like you can see the strain. All right, this is like that one issue that Ditko wrote, that Ditko made. He made that entire issue, for the most part. It was made more personable by Stan Lee. Make absolutely no mistake about that. But that issue where, like, Steve Ditko's final issue, right? Lee made that comic book very relatable. Wow, but like this reminds me of that. Right away, it puts me in that feeling. What do we call it? We got some stakes in here. Homeboy got a stake through his leg. He's got a stick, a rod or whatever through his leg. He's jacked up. He's like, I'm going to vibrate out of this. And they're just like, no, don't do that because any vibration could cause the rest of the building to fall down. Yeah, she's there, but she, Crush is there holding it up. But you could see the building crushing around her fingers, breaking around her fingers. If she's holding up and the rest of it breaks from under her, she doesn't have a plateau to hold it from. She's got to be careful. She can't move too much or the whole thing could fall down. Any vibration, if you do a vibration there, the whole damn thing could just come down around us while she's holding up her part. What do you call it? There's a couple instances where he's questioning Robin's leadership now. Yes, Robin's keeping some secrets. Damn him for doing that, dude. He finds another way out of it. They find another way out of this, but still, like, kiddo, come on, your pride. Because they're like, why don't you call it Batman so he can call it the Justice League? Dude, enough with your speaking terms nonsense. What's her name? Jin. She's got a secret. And they're trying to pry it out of her. It's like, now's not the time. I'm simply telling you I can't do this right now. And they're sitting there like badgering her about it. And I get it. I get both sides of it because we have a good understanding of why she won't use too much magic too quickly. But they don't. She's keeping that secret. What a shame. What a great... Like, you remember when Raven used to be written like that back in the day? Yeah, I miss those days. Not anymore. Now we got Jin. It's like that. It's like that. Roundhouse, man. This guy is the perfect nerd. This guy doesn't belong on this team, and I would hate it if he ever left. You get it? Like, dude, I'm a total nerd. Not very physical, not very good with hand-eye coordination. Oh, God. I love this character. I love to hate this kid. Not hate. I shouldn't say that. I love to... I don't even know how I feel about the character. Like... I love to be pissed off by the character. How about that? It's like, dude, hero up, man up, come on now. And just, I love the character so much. Crush even. She's like, all these guys are arguing back and forth. At one point, he gets so, Wallace gets so mad. He's like, you know what? After this, we need super speed. His answer is always going to be super speed to every single question, right? He's a hammer. All of his problems are nails. So he's like, I'm vibrating out of this thing. And I'm going to save us all right now. That's stupid. And Red Arrow jumps on him. Dude, I'm not going to die because you're too stupid to follow a basic order. I love that. Oh, God. Underneath this building, we learn more about who these characters are. F their powers. To hell with their power and give two squirts about their powers in this comic book. What I care about is their personalities. And oh, you get that in spades with this one, man. Wow. Wow. So they finally figure out a way out of this. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous the way they figured this out. And of course, Crush the entire time. Her conversation, because like she's not saying too much during this. She's grunting. She's trying to hold the building up. But at one point, she's like, listen, I don't want to get too personal with you guys because I don't get personal with anybody, all right? But I kind of like you guys. But I do want you to pay attention. If this building does fall down on top of us, one of us is guaranteed to survive, and that's me. I can't say the same for the rest of you guys. So, in other words, hurry up. Stop this squabbling. Every single person has a moment to shine in this comic book. And if you think to yourself, I just don't, like, look at the art in this, man. Like, oh my God, I need more Crush. Like, just the way she's drawn. Those colors shouldn't work. And damn it, I love those colors. Love those colors, man. Just this whole comic book. Sorry I wasn't showing a lot more of the comic book. I'm used to the whole idea of just, blah, whatever, giving you the preview pages. But no, I want to show you guys more of the comic book. It was suggested and wasn't a wrong suggestion, even if I may have fought it in the beginning. It's funny, Roundhouse is like, I'm not good at catching things. Like, it doesn't matter because, what's his name? Robin is really good at throwing things. So it's going to go directly to you. This was my favorite scene from the entire book. My favorite scene from the entire book. He's like, okay, I'm going to get us out of here because, we got to get this thing off. And she's like, hey, hey. He's like, hey, you don't usually smile. And she's just trying to, surprise him so she could pull out the thing from his leg. Oh my God, best part of the book. And that's hard to say because there's so many great parts of the book. I may contradict myself on the next page. Case in point, there's a good point in here. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, well, this was the best part. And then, nope, this was the best part. This is art in this, the story, everything about this book, dude. Every single thing about this book. These guys falling, they're finally making their way out of it. Oh my God. I'm sorry, are we developing a bit of a crush here between Jin and Crush? Are we a crush between Crush and Jin? But what about Robin and Jin? Wait a second, I've heard of a harem before, and she's Arab, isn't she? Anyway, that's not meant to be an insult. I know some snowflake is going to completely freak out over that. What do you call it? Afterwards, the afterwards and everything. Probably, nope, here comes the contradiction. Naked Jin showing Arrow just how powerful she is might be the best part of this comic book. Did it happen? Did it not happen? You tell me. This was a masterful comic book. Has to be the pick of the week. Has to be my favorite comic book of the week. It's gotta, right? Right? I mean, Carnage came out this week. American Carnage came out this week. Both good books. Both great books, man. Like, there's a lot of really good books out this week. Immortal Hulk was out, and that was pretty different. Like, there's a lot, but man, Teen Titans, baby. I'm looking at all these comic books that I got. I'm looking at all these beautiful comic books, but Teen Titans this week? Wow. All right, guys. Get the comic book. Get the comic book. Jump on the comic book. Don't worry about all that other nonsense of, but it's not a jumping on point. It's good enough. And by next issue, I think that we'll all be fine. Seriously, if you jumped on the comic book with this issue, you'll have questions. By the next issue, you'll be fine. This is going to give you more about these characters than you could possibly imagine. So, inadvertent, great jumping on point. Great comic book. Amazing issue. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.